Ariana Grande, the worldwide famous actress turned global pop star turned actress again. What about her? From a bubbly redheaded teen with big dreams of stardom to a razor-sharp sorority girl with a dark sense of humor. And from a self-aware pop diva poking fun at fame itself to a radiant witch learning the meaning of goodness and power. Let's get into it! Please help your favorite average movie guy get to 1,000 subscribers by subscribing right now. Career beginnings on Nickelodeon. Victorious 2010 to 2013. After starring in The Batteries Down, Ariana's career began not on a concert stage, but in the bright, chaotic halls of Hollywood Arts High School and Nickelodeon's colorful teen sitcom. The show followed Tori Vega, played by Victoria Justice, as she discovered her talent among a group of ambitious young performers. Among them was Cat Valentine, Ariana's breakthrough character, a sweet, scatterbrained dreamer with a voice as distinct as her bright red hair. From the beginning, Ariana's portrayal of Cat stood out. While many teen comedies thrived on stereotypes, Ariana gave Cat a kind of sincerity that made her more than comic relief. Her timing was sharp, her delivery unpredictable, but underneath the chaos was a real sense of warmth. She turned what could have been a flat, ditzy friend role into something genuine, a character who felt both hilarious and oddly endearing. Behind the scenes, Victorious became Ariana's creative classroom. The show's musical segments allowed her to merge acting with her first love, singing. Her performance hinted at the powerhouse vocals that would soon define her as an artist. By the time Victorious ended in 2013, Ariana had already started working on her debut album Yours Truly. The transition felt natural, from the fictional world of teenage stardom to the real stage of global pop. Victorious was a milestone not only for her, but for Nickelodeon as a brand. The series became one of the network's highest-rated shows. Critics praised its upbeat tone, witty writing, and performances, particularly Ariana's, whose comedic energy was often cited as a highlight. For Ariana, Victorious was the stage where she learned how to blend humor, vulnerability, and star power, skills that would later carry her far beyond Nickelodeon. The red-haired girl with the laugh became the artist with one of the most recognizable voices in the world.
Have either of you seen Jade?
Why, what's up with Jade?
She's trying to kill me.
Winx Club 2011 to 2013. While still starring on Victorious, Ariana took her first step into voice acting with Nickelodeon's animated fantasy series. It followed a group of young fairies balancing friendship, adventure, and magic at the Elphaba School of Fairies. Ariana was cast as Princess Diaspro, a recurring character known for her regal poise and occasional scheming. For Ariana, Winx Club was more than a side project. It was an early chance to experiment with performance outside of live action. Voice acting required a different kind of expressiveness, one that relied purely on tone, rhythm, and emotion. As Diaspro, she played a character far removed from the sweet innocence of Cat Valentine. Though Winx Club was a smaller chapter in Ariana's career, it represented an important shift, her first step beyond the Nickelodeon sitcom formula. It showed her willingness to experiment, to play new kinds of characters, and to find her voice literally in different creative spaces.
Give it up before Sky completely ditches you.
Swindle 2013. Next, Ariana returned to live action, in this film that brought together several of the network's biggest stars for a fast-paced heist comedy that blended adventure, humor, and teamwork for Nickelodeon. Ariana played Amanda Benson, a confident and sharp-tongued teen who joins a group of friends to recover a stolen, rare baseball card from a scheming collector. It was a light-hearted ensemble story, but one that gave Ariana a chance to flex both her comedic instincts and her charm in a larger team dynamic. In Swindle, she balanced the same warmth and comedic flair that made Cat Valentine so beloved, while adding a slightly more mature edge. For Ariana, the project symbolized the closing of a formative period. Swindle was the bridge between her Nickelodeon fame and her rise as a global recording artist. Just months later, she would release Yours Truly, an album that catapulted her far beyond the world of teen television.
Yeah, a factory mistake. Most were destroyed before they were released to the general public.
Sam and Cat 2013 to 2014. When Victorious ended, fans weren't ready to say goodbye to Cat Valentine, and neither, it seemed, was Nickelodeon. That same year, Ariana reprised her beloved role in a crossover spin-off, pairing her with Jeanette McCurdy's Sam Puckett from iCarly. It was a bold move, two of the network's most popular characters now sharing the same universe and leading a new series together. The show followed the unlikely roommates as they started a babysitting business to make ends meet, navigating the absurdities of adulthood with the same over-the-top humor that defined their earlier shows. Ariana's Cat was even more exaggerated this time, her voice higher, her innocence dialed up to 11, and her comedic timing sharper than ever. The chemistry between Grande and McCurdy gave the show its heart, Sam's deadpan cynicism bouncing perfectly against Kat's unfiltered optimism. It was Ariana's first time carrying a show as a co-lead, and her performance reflected a growing confidence in front of the camera. Critics were mixed but generally appreciative. Many praised the lively chemistry between Grande and McCurdy, while others noted the show's zany energy as both its strength and its chaos. For Ariana though, the experience was a turning point. By the time Sam and Kat wrapped in mid-2014, she had already released her debut album Yours Truly and was preparing her sophomore project, My Everything. In retrospect, Sam and Kat was the closing act of Ariana Grande's Nickelodeon chapter.
You can't just wipe me away!
Putting acting on the back burner. Underdogs 2015. After starring in Snowflake the White Gorilla, Family Guy, and Gem and the Holograms, and with her music career in full swing, Ariana made her feature film debut not in front of the camera, but behind a microphone in this animated sports comedy. Ariana voiced Laura, the film's kind-hearted and determined heroine. The story follows Amadeo, a shy foosball player who must save his village from a local bully when his tabletop figures magically come to life. As Laura, Ariana played the emotional anchor of the film, warm, loyal, and supportive, bringing balance to the story's high-energy humor and fantastical chaos. For Ariana, Underdogs wasn't about star power. She was exploring subtler forms of performance, learning how to convey emotion through voice alone.
I think there's nothing in the world you can't own.
Scream Queens 2015. That same year, this show marked her first real return to acting after breaking into music. The series was a darkly comic slasher set on a college campus played by a string of bizarre murders. It was equal parts horror parody, satire, and fashion fantasy. Ariana played Chanel No. 2, one of the many followers of Emma Roberts' ruthless sorority queen, Chanel Oberlin. Dressed in pastels and dripping with sarcasm, Chanel No. 2 embodied the show's exaggerated tone, a social media-obsessed caricature of millennial vanity. Though her screen time was brief, Ariana made every second count. Her death scene in particular became instantly iconic. It was self-aware, absurd, and perfectly in tune with the show's twisted sense of humor. For Ariana, Scream Queens represented a deliberate reintroduction to acting, a short but striking role that allowed her to distance herself from the innocence of her Nickelodeon image.
Chanel No. 2.
Zoolander 2, 2016. The following year, Ariana made a brief but memorable appearance in the long-awaited sequel to Ben Stiller's cult classic about the absurd world of high fashion. She appeared in a quick, surreal sequence as a latex-clad assassin who engages in a bizarre, sexually charged scene. The moment was fleeting but unmistakably bold, a blink-and-you'll-miss-it performance that captured the film's tone of over-the-top absurdity. It was a far cry from her Nickelodeon days. No bright colors, no teen humor, just pure chaotic parody. Ariana's willingness to participate in such a strange, self-parodying scene said a lot about where she was in her career. By then, she was already one of the biggest pop stars in the world, and Zoolander 2 offered her a chance to have fun with that image.
Doesn't mean we can't enjoy each other's bodies.
Hairspray Live 2016. Later that same year, Ariana took on one of her most ambitious television performances yet with the live musical event that reimagined the beloved Broadway production. For many viewers, this was a full-circle moment, a return to Ariana's musical theater roots long before she was selling out arenas or topping global charts. In Hairspray Live, she played Penny Pingleton, the quirky, love-struck best friend of protagonist Tracy Turnblad. Penny is an awkward, sweetly naive girl who gradually finds her confidence and her voice through love and rebellion. It was the perfect role for Ariana, comedic, endearing, and vocally demanding, blending humor with musicality in a way few performers could have pulled off so effortlessly. Her performance received strong praise from critics and audiences alike. Many highlighted her ability to balance the comedic timing of a seasoned stage actor with the powerhouse vocals that made her a household name. More importantly, Hairspray Live reaffirmed her theatrical credibility. It showed that she wasn't just a pop phenomenon, she was a trained performer capable of commanding a live stage.
Stop telling me what to do.
Kidding 2020. After a cameo in Men in Black International and several years focused almost exclusively on music, Ariana made a quiet but intriguing return to acting in the dark comedy drama series starring Jim Carrey. The Showtime series follows Jeff Piccirillo, a beloved children's television host whose personal life begins to unravel behind the scenes of his cheerful persona, a haunting look at grief, fame, and emotional fragility. Ariana appeared in the second season in a brief but memorable guest role as Piccola Grande, a fairy-like character who helps bring one of the show's more surreal, dreamlike moments to life. By 2020, Ariana was one of the most famous and influential artists in the world. Her albums Sweetener and Thank You Next had dominated global charts, and her transition from teen star to pop icon was complete. So her appearance on Kidding wasn't about career momentum, it was about artistic curiosity. Working alongside Jim Carrey also had personal significance for her. Ariana had long cited Carrey as one of her childhood heroes, even calling him her all-time favorite comedian. Their scenes together carried a gentle sweetness, and fans noted the genuine affection between them. In retrospect, her role in Kidding feels like a whisper in her larger career, but an important one. It reminded audiences, and perhaps Ariana herself, that behind the global fame and chart-popping hits, there was still that young performer who loved stepping into strange, emotional, beautifully human stories.
But if you can see me, how bad can things be?
Returning to Hollywood with big productions. Don't Look Up, 2021. The next year, Ariana took another step back into the world of cinema with Adam McKay's dark satirical comedy that tackled climate change, celebrity culture, and the absurdity of modern media. The film starred an ensemble cast of who's who of Hollywood's heavyweights. Yet even in such company, Ariana managed to make a distinct impression. She appeared as Riley Bina, a self-absorbed pop superstar who becomes part of the film's biting critique of fame and distraction. Riley is the epitome of the modern celebrity, glamorous, chaotic, and ultimately detached from the world's real problems. Ariana played her with both humor and self-awareness, parodying the very kind of tabloid sensationalism that had followed her for years. Ariana's role was widely highlighted as one of the film's funniest and most memorable moments, a perfectly timed blend of self-parody and genuine artistry. The film itself also performed well during awards season, earning 4 Academy Award nominations including Best Picture, a first for Ariana, even though in a small role. In many ways, Don't Look Up felt like the modern evolution of Ariana's screen presence. She was now a cultural icon, reflecting on the very machine that helped build her fame.
Why don't you mind your own business, you old fuck?
Wicked, 2024. 3 years later, Ariana took on the defining screen role of her acting career, Glinda or Glinda in John M. Chu's long-awaited adaptation of the beloved Broadway musical. From the moment her casting was announced, expectations were sky high. Wicked was more than just another musical adaptation, it was a cultural event nearly 2 decades in the making. Based on Gregory Maguire's novel and the Tony Award-winning stage show, the story reimagines the world of Oz through the friendship and rivalry of 2 witches, Glinda the Good and Elphaba, the future Wicked Witch of the West, portrayed by Cynthia Erivo. For Ariana, the role of Glinda was a dream realized. She had adored Wicked since childhood, even posting years earlier about her wish to one day play Glinda, and she approached the part with a rare blend of reverence and ambition. This wasn't a vanity project or a cameo, it was a full-scale performance that required immense vocal precision, emotional nuance, and stage-trained discipline. Filmed as the first installment of a 2-part epic, Part 1 chronicled Glinda and Elphaba's early years at Shiz University and the beginning of their complicated bond. Ariana's Glinda was dazzling yet human, a young woman whose charm and optimism slowly collided with the moral complexity of the world. Critics noted that Grande brought both warmth and vulnerability to the role, her crystalline soprano voice perfectly suited to songs like Popular and Thank Goodness. Commercially, Wicked was one of the year's biggest films. It opened to massive box office numbers, grossing over $756 million worldwide. The film also reignited mainstream interest in the musical genre, appealing to longtime fans of the Broadway show and introducing a new generation to its story. Critically, the reception was strong as well. Reviewers praised the film's visual grandeur, Chu's heartfelt direction, and especially the chemistry between Grande and Erivo. The film itself was nominated for 10 Academy Awards, winning 2, Best Costume Design and Best Production Design. Ariana's performance was often singled out as a career milestone, marking her evolution from pop star and television actress to bona fide film performer, topped off by nominations for Best Supporting Actress at the SAG Awards, BAFTAs, Golden Globes, as well as the Academy Awards. And beyond the numbers or accolades, there was something deeply poetic about it. The girl who once dreamed of Broadway had finally become Glinda, not just a good witch, but a grown artist, realizing a dream that began long before fame ever found her.
Can I touch it? No.
Wicked for Good, 2025. Now we get to the latest project in Ariana's career, with part 2 of the iconic Broadway musical, and with it the second chapter in Ariana's most ambitious screen project to date. This sequel is expected to bring Glinda and Elphaba's story to its dramatic and emotional resolution. For Good, we'll step into more complex territory, the unraveling of their bond amid politics, public perception, and personal guilt. Ariana's Glinda, once the bright and effervescent socialite of Shiz University, will now be faced with the burden of moral responsibility and the loneliness of leadership. It's a darker, more introspective arc, one that promises to showcase Grande's range beyond the charm and humor she displayed in the first film. Director John M. Chu has described For Good as the emotional heart of the Wicked story, a film less about spectacle and more about reconciliation, consequence, and the power of compassion. The expectations for the film are enormous. After the critical and cultural momentum of the first Wicked, this sequel stands poised to become one of the biggest cinematic events of the year. It will also complete a full circle moment for Ariana Grande, a lifelong fan of Wicked who grew up dreaming of Glinda's world, now closing its story on the grandest stage imaginable.
Think of what we could do together.
And there you have it, the full career of Ariana Grande so far. From her breakthrough as a TV star on Nickelodeon to her big screen success later in her career. Now let me ask you, are you excited for Wicked for good? And what is your favorite Ariana Grande project? Let me know in the comments below and be sure to subscribe for more videos like these. I have been Dean, the average movie guy on your screen. Big thanks for watching. See you next time. Roll the credits.